These are my 3 wooden early 20th century high tanks and my low tank. So first, I'll show the low tank. It's got a beautiful color to it. Looks like it would have had a lid at one time, but unfortunately I did not get that. And it has this weird little lion down here that doesn't appear to serve any sort of purpose. So it looks to me like there would have been a handle down here. If you see, this little groove goes all the way down, and I've looked online and seen similar tanks that have a porcelain handle sticking out right there. And what it looks like is they just drilled a hole up here and fastened a regular style handle to it. So this toilet did come with some tank parts, which I kept, but it currently does not have any. Now if we look over here, this is one of the high tanks. It's very small actually. I don't think it would hold more than 2 or 3 gallons filled to this line here. And it actually does have some parts in it. I know one of these had a brand name on the front or the side. I haven't really looked at them in a couple years, so I don't remember. Oh yeah, that is a beautiful logo. I'm gonna get a good picture of that. So it's got what I assume might be the original ball cock. It's one of the oldest I've ever seen, and it is very different from modern ones. I know one of these had a name on it. I had another one that said Wolf on it, so that was original, but this one, I don't know. It's got the weird float ball that isn't entirely round. It's flat on both sides, and then it looks like it was hand welded to the threaded part. It's hard to see under all those minerals. Then the rod is just a flat piece of metal, and it's pretty adjustable. It's a very interesting piece, and I kept one of them that came out of one of the other tanks here. This would have had a lever on it that stretched out to about here and a chain that hung down, and that's what would have controlled the flush. Then this thing right here, this is a siphon. So if you look at how that's designed, you would have pulled it up and it would have immediately closed and initiated a siphon, sort of like the UK toilets, until it drained all the way to the bottom at that third hole there. So that's really cool as well. I wish I could have seen one of these things in action. So now onto this one. This one actually has the lever in it still. I don't know if it's got a name on it, but it looks like the Wolf tank in front of it. I think these two are the same. Could use a refinishing. It does not appear to be branded. It's got your standard copper lining. I think if I were installing any of these, those would have to be replaced. Pretty typical. It's got a really small hole there. So this would have connected like so, and it would have had the chain here, so when you flushed it like this, and it doesn't stay in place. So it looks like this was added on, probably an adjustable part. So now let's look at the last one that is, for some reason, a little bit bigger. This right here probably would have gone to one of the siphon jet toilets. I bet this was the one that came from my Crane Purus. So it's got a different color. It's a Wolf tank as well. Unfortunately, the logo is not as nice. Standard copper lining. This siphon is a lot easier to see. So if I don't drop it here, you would have flushed it by lifting the thing up just like usual, and that would have started pulling water down through this hole, therefore sucking water up through here, and then when the tank and then when the water level got to this level, just like the other one, it would have broken the siphon. So that's really interesting. And I think one of these goes to the other tank. Here's a nut from one of the fill valves, and this is the piece off of the top of that tank. And right here is another siphon. This thing weighs a ton. It's a very rough shape. I don't think these would ever work again. So yeah, that's about it. A lady's coming to pick all of these up. She's got an antique store, sort of like a decor antique store. I have no use for these, so hopefully she will be able to find a good home for them. But anyway, that is all for this video. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps my channel a lot and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.